Next up, then, we've got a brand new comedy from the team who brought us Veep. It's Armando Ianucci. It's called Avenue 5. It's about a disaster on a space cruise ship, for lack of a better phrase. Mm-hmm. It stars Hugh Laurie, Rebecca Front's in there. I think Himish Patel's going to pop up.
Josh Gad.
David
Wallace from The Office, I recognise.
Zach Woods.
Nicky Amuka
Bird. Just a ton of people you'll know, all aboard this space cruise ship, which hits a problem and disaster is on the card. I have seen 4 of these episodes because HBO gave them to me, and I think,
didn't give them to me.
Someone gives you a present, crack on. And you may remember a few weeks ago where we spoke about the shows we were either intrigued by or looking forward to. This was on my list. I found this completely and utterly disappointing.
Okay.
Really and truly disappointing. I don't know whether my expectations were too high. There's a chance that's the case. But I just didn't care about it. It just felt inconsequential and zany and not... It didn't feel clever. Like I associate Armando Ianucci with clever, biting comedy. It was almost like just a general broadcast sitcom that had been given a load more money to do these elaborate sets and stunts and things.
Yeah.
I watched 4 in the hopes that all of a sudden it was going to turn into something magical, and it doesn't. And I couldn't be more.
Yeah, because there's one big set piece where they lose the gravity of one side of the ship, isn't there? And apart from that, Hugh Laurie's playing the sort of decoy captain, this sort of PR figure. Zach Woods is the really happy. I mean, I think he was the best thing for me in that first episode.
The best thing in
Zach Woods as the sort of customer service chap. Josh Gad playing the sort of the visionary. Rebecca Front playing like a busybody woman. Nicky Amuka Bird was the sort of stereotypical suit with things going wrong around her. It was very much sort of, stereotypes, cliches, comic cliches. That we got here. As you say, you're expecting something more from Ianucci, what with the thick of it and Veep and things like that. You tend to get sort of complex characters. The thing this reminded me most of, and you're probably the only other person who'll remember this, Hyperdrive, the BBC Two Nick Frost and Miranda Hart sitcom from 2005.
Yeah, 5, I think.
Which was another sort of Brits in space type thing, or everyone hapless, everyone a bit idiotic.
Let's test your memory.
You put the names on it, the names of like Ianucci, Hugh Laurie, people like that. You put those names on, you're expecting a certain quality on it.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger problem.
Had this been BBC One 8:30, it would have been fine, maybe a little bit better than average, but this is HBO, this is Sky Atlantic, this is like one of the biggest, comedy producers, comedy showrunners, if you will, of the last couple of decades.
It's his TV follow-up to Veep, which has won countless awards and is critically loved and everything, and it just felt like a bit of I suppose a clever term would be misfire.
Yeah, because there wasn't a lot going on behind the surface. That's the thing, isn't it? I suppose.
No, and also you end that first episode in quite a peculiar position where you're not really sure what the show's about.
No,
you don't really.
It's sort of that they are on this now for 3 years, whereas before they were there for I can't remember how long they were meant to be there on this sort of floating cruise ship, but the trajectory changes and they're stuck there for 3 years, I suppose is the point, isn't it?
But yeah, I didn't feel any.
There's no layers to these characters.
No, it's not layered, is it? No.
Yeah, and maybe that's not what Ianucci wanted with this, but I don't think the jokes are funny enough to rely purely on the comedy, and there's nothing going on beneath the surface other than the sort of the comic moments, and it's not really saying anything.
No, and it is a case of what I liked about the trailer were the best bits in the episodes. There wasn't anything extra there that was going to keep.
But did you enjoy the plates and the cups? Because my stepdad made those. Were they the best thing about it?
You know what? I hated the plates, but the cups were amazing.
He's not had a good run of doing production design. What with this and cats.
He's the kiss of death. Maybe if this had been from a lesser known person, we wouldn't have be slating it to such a degree. But it's not really a slate. It's more how, given
Disappointed.
the talent, I'm
Yeah.
just disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm just genuinely disappointed.
So it doesn't get better then, because you gave it a good.
In my view, I've
Yeah.
now watched half the series, and it doesn't have that sort of, that Russian Doll or Good Place turning point. It doesn't have that where you go, oh, I see, this is quite clever. It just stays very one note, slapsticky, irritating. I don't know. And I just thought a lot of the actors were wasted. Leonora Critchlow I quite liked, but she wasn't given much to do, if anything. Yeah, so that's Avenue 5. Wednesday nights, oddly enough, not on Sky Atlantic, but on Sky One, which I thought was an interesting choice. I don't quite know why it's there and not on Sky Atlantic, but HBO on Sundays and on Wednesdays on Sky One.